In the next few lessons, we're going to be talking about some properties of some more specific parallelograms and even quadrilaterals. Today, we're going to spend the whole day talking about the properties of rectangles. So a rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. Okay, so it has all of the properties of a parallelogram. So my opposite sides are parallel. So both pairs. 2 pairs of opposite sides are congruent. 2 pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Diagonals bisect each other. And then I'm trying to think of the last one, consecutive angles are supplementary. There's one more property that a rectangle has that's specific to a rectangle. So the property that's specific to a rectangle, if the diagonals of a parallelogram are congruent, then the parallelogram is a rectangle. Okay, so if I know something is already a parallelogram, then I can say the parallelogram, and if I already know it's a parallelogram and I know the diagonals are congruent, the parallelogram is a rectangle. And just in general, the rectangle's diagonals are congruent. Okay, example 1. Rectangle garden gate is reinforced with diagonal braces to prevent from sagging. And you probably see this all around, okay? When you look at construction, I was looking at construction the other day, and they had diagonal braces going across a wall to help brace it, okay? If JK is 12 feet, LN is 6.5 feet, I need to find KM. Well, we know since this is a rectangle, KM is congruent to JL. My opposite or my diagonals are congruent. We also know the diagonals bisect each other. So NL is going to be 6.5. So JL is equal to 13, making KM also equal to 13. And make sure that you have units on here. Quadrilateral RSTU is a rectangle if RUT, so this angle here, is 8x plus 4. Did I do that right? I apologize, I did not do that right. RTU, this angle up here, is 8x plus 4, and SUR, this angle down here, is 3x minus 2. I need to solve for x. Okay, so let's talk about this one. We know that our angles add up to 90 degrees. But what we also know is that this triangle here, triangle SRU, is congruent to triangle STU. So I know, oh, that doesn't help me. I lied. I know, haha, let me do the angle this triangle here, RTU, is congruent. So triangle RTU is congruent to, let me make sure I order that correct. Let me write it down for you. Triangle RTU is congruent to triangle USR. Okay, so that tells me that I have this angle T up here. Angle T is congruent to angle S. So this angle up here is also 8x plus 4. That tells me that 8x plus 4 plus 3x minus 2 has got to equal 90. So I have 11x plus 2 is equal to 90. 11x is equal to 88. X is equal to 8. That took a little bit of work on that one. You had to kind of recognize a few things. Okay, number 3. We need quadrilateral JKLM, has those vertices, and I have the picture here. Determine whether JKLM is a parallelogram. Okay, so we just got to do a whole bunch of distance formula. So I'm going to go through these distance formulas kind of quick. So I have 1 minus a negative 2 squared plus 4 minus 3 squared. So that is a 3, so that is 9 plus 1, which is root 10. Let's look at the side that's opposite of that, ML. So for ML, I have 3 minus 0 squared plus negative 2 minus a 3 minus a negative 3 squared. So that looks like 9 plus 1. JM. So one pair of sides is congruent. I got too excited. So now I have to find JM, the length of JM. 0 minus a 2 squared plus a negative 3 minus a 3 squared. So that is a 4 plus a 9. I'm sorry, plus that's going to be 36. Trying to do too much in my head. And then KL. I have a 3 minus a 1 plus a negative 2 minus a 4. So that equals a 4 plus 36. So yes, this is a parallelogram, okay? And I was thinking about this as I was doing the problem. It says to use the distance formula, so you must use this. On a test or quiz, I might just say, prove this is a parallelogram, okay? Or I might say, determine what type of quadrilateral it is. So you wouldn't have to use the distance formula. I think slopes might have been a little bit more efficient. I was just thinking about that as I was working through this. Determine whether the diagonals of parallelogram, that little symbol means parallelogram, JKLM are congruent. So now I need to find JL. So 3 minus a 2 squared plus a negative 2 minus a 3 squared, so that simplifies to 25 plus a 25, so that's root 50. And then we need to find the length of the other diagonal, 0 minus 1 squared plus 4 minus a negative 3 squared. Well, that's the square root of 1 plus 49. So there we go. That is, the diagonals are congruent. So this is a rectangle. So that was the video on our properties of rectangles. Thank you for watching.